Oh my goodness. Good thing they forgot to take these. Okay, I know what you guys are thinking. Unfortunately, this title's not clickbait. 2 weeks ago, I got robbed for a big chunk of my sneaker collection. I'm gonna tell you everything that happened and where we're at right now with everything, but it is so frustrating getting stolen from. It feels like a violation of your privacy, and it's just privacy. Privacy. I'm sorry, I don't know why I pronounce that word so strange, but I knew there was gonna be like 30 of you guys in the comments that made fun of me for saying privacy. I'm sure you can see there's a ton of shoes behind me here, and if we're being 100% honest, there are also a ton of shoes there. So I didn't get my office robbed or anything, which is great, but these aren't really like my sneaker collection. These are just shoes that I own that I'm trying to sell on my website. I've been thinking a lot about how to properly tell this story, and I still don't quite know how. It's one of the most ridiculous stories how this ended up happening. I'm gonna do it the best I can and keep it as chronological and have it make the most sense possible. But it's just a very confusing story. 2 weeks ago, I was at my friend Matt's house. We were watching basketball, we were watching some NBA, and I was just scrolling through my DM requests, which is honestly strange. That's not something that I do often. Basically, this guy was claiming that I had been robbed. He said, "Hey dude, do you still live in this building? I think you got a bunch of sneakers stolen from you." I was terrified, absolutely terrified. I don't know what's in my storage locker. I haven't been in there in 9 months. All I knew is that there was a ton of shoe boxes. So I left my friend's house and I went straight back to my storage locker. There's storage lockers on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th floors of my condo building, which everyone has access to if you live there, but you need a special key fob to get in. So I raced back there, stressed, like breathing heavy, and I get into the storage lockers, and this is what I found. Looking through this, I just, so mad and so disappointed and honestly sad. It sucked, and there was so many taken. Now, thankfully, most of these boxes were empty to start with, which is super, super lucky. 60% of those shoe boxes had no shoes in to begin, but they did end up getting away with like 20 pairs of shoes. Some of them were worn Adidas soccer shoes that were worth nothing, but some of them were LeBrons that were up to like $700 and $800 a piece. I immediately went straight downstairs to the security desk that's supposed to be keeping the building secure. And I was like, my storage locker got robbed. What's going on here? And I was admittedly a little bit mad and upset, but the security dude was super helpful and explained to me one of the most ridiculous stories ever of just ineptitude doing your job. He showed me all the security footage, so I'm gonna roll this right now. These are the guys that broke into the storage lockers in the elevator getting ready to go rob the storage locker. Now the crazy part is that this wasn't their first time doing it. This happened on a Monday morning. It got broken into at 9:26 on a Monday morning. They were in the building with bolt cutters trying to break in literally the night before. They were caught at like 10:45 the night before, kicked out of the building. The police were phoned. Did they disable the locks on the storage locker door? No. Did they tell the residents that there was an attempted break-in? No. They just did absolutely nothing, and literally 11 hours after they tried to break in the first time, they came back, and you can see right here, 3 guys go into the room. This is where all the storage lockers are. You can't see mine. Mine's way off to the left. There's no camera there, but they take guys' bicycles. They took 3 bicycles. They took a compound bow and arrow, which is like a $400 thing, and then they took 20 pairs of shoes from me that they shoved into this guy's backpack and into his duffel bag, and then left right back down the elevator the way that they came. To say I am frustrated is a massive understatement. Have to admit, this was not how I wanted to spend my Monday evening, but alas, gotta make sure there's nothing left in here in case someone tries to come back. Oh my goodness. Good thing they forgot to take these. I'm still not 100% sure exactly what they stole, but I know for a fact that these are some of the sneakers. These are all in size 12 to 13. Flightposite 2014 carbon fibers, LeBron 11 Black History Month, LeBron 11 2K14, which is super limited and impossible to find, LeBron 11 Dunkman, LeBron 11 Miamis. You had a pair of Jordan 7s, Jordan 8 Aquas. You had 3 pairs of Adidas soccer shoes, a pair of Vans Old Schools, a pair of Nike cross training shoes, a pair of Nike regular running shoes. But I wasn't gonna let it stop me there. I was gonna start doing some digging and some investigating, so obviously I started looking on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace. I was finding absolutely nothing, like absolutely nothing for days. It was actually almost a week until finally someone messaged me that my shoes had been listed up on Kijiji and on Facebook Marketplace. To say that I was excited when this happened was a complete understatement. It was 1 in the morning when I saw these messages. I was sitting in Toronto. I completely freaked out. This is what I saw. Listed at the exact same time, we had my LeBron 11 2K14s, a LeBron 11 Dunkman, both in size 13, both having absolutely no box, on Facebook Marketplace. Now, the Dunkman one got deleted before I could get a screenshot of it or before anyone else could, but also then on Kijiji, which is like a Canadian's Craigslist, there was the Nike training shoes and a pair of Vans Old Schools, both in my size that I owned conveniently with no box. So I mean, let's be honest, those are my shoes. How many size 13 LeBron 11 2K14s are there with no box and no extra laces conveniently floating around the Winnipeg sneaker market? None. There's 2014 pairs of those in the world. The crazy part is that the guy that listed these up did it on like a public Facebook account. This is his Facebook account right here. He's smiling with his 2 kids listing up this pair of shoes. And I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. You know what? Maybe he bought these from someone else. Maybe he doesn't know they're stolen. Obviously, I have no proof that he's the one that broke in and stole them. It took me like 9 hours after this thing was put up to actually see it. But someone I know saw it way before me and decided to message him and see if he could buy them, and actually ended up getting his street address. At this point, I was thinking, oh, I want to show up with like 10 of my scariest looking friends and just take the shoes back from him. Say, hey, these are mine, give them back. But I also don't want to get stabbed or shot, so decided that might not be the best way to proceed. So what I did is I kindly messaged him acting like I wanted to buy the shoes. He replied, said they were still for sale, asked when I could meet, and at that point, this is what I said to him. I said, I know my shoes are stolen. These are the shoes that were stolen from me. I have your street address, which is plainly listed, and I'm making a YouTube video about this. Now, the only reason I'm talking about this is, as I said, he could have been just some random guy that got the shoes that didn't know they were stolen. He could have told me that. Instead of telling me that, he blocks me on Facebook immediately after he read this message. Not necessarily something you do if you're not holding on to stolen property. I'll be 100% honest with you, and this might not be the answer you guys want to hear, but I care a lot more about my safety than I do about some shoes that I could maybe get back. I'm not about to go up to that guy's house and try and take them back from him. I don't even know how many of them he still has and how many he sold. I filed a police report, told them everything that was stolen, gave them the guy's street address, gave them the whole story. So for now, I unfortunately just need to sit back and wait. What in the world? This is actually too funny. So this was my storage locker. Someone has clearly put home goods in it. I took all of my sneakers out of here just because I did not want to risk anything. If you go down here, you can actually see this is one of the lockers that got broken into, and a ton of stuff has been stolen from it. Actually, this is still laying here. This is an insole from my Reebok Big Hurts, which is another one of the pairs that got stolen. They left the insole for some reason. At the end of the day, I mean, I have the guy's street address, I have his full name, and I have a picture of the guy who has my shoes. So hopefully something comes of that. I am bummed out about some of the shoes, and I'll be 100% honest. Obviously, I'm really mad and upset, but at the end of the day, it is just stuff. That being said, if anyone does have a LeBron 11 BHM in a size 12 or 13, LeBron 11 2K14 in a size 12 or 13, or also the LeBron 11 Miami, the black and red one, I'd love to get a pair back. Since we're at the end of the video, I'll let you guys know, just because why not? The Dior Jordan 1 February mystery box is almost sold out. So make sure you go grab one with the link in the description. They're $49.99. And in this situation, you can actually get shoes instead of having shoes stolen from you. 30 pairs of Jordan 1s, a pair of Dior Jordan 1s, all gonna be in people's boxes for $49.99, plus everyone gets $50 of value. It just sucks. There's some bad people in the world, but you know, overall the world's an amazing place, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll be back tomorrow with a brand new video with a very exciting announcement, so until then, peace. I moved all the empty boxes up here to my apartment. They really only, these 6 pairs of shoes here. Like, I wish they had stolen this instead of the LeBrons, because I don't care about these. They're shoes. You know, sure, they're worth like some money, but the LeBrons just had sentimental value to me, and these don't. It's not how I wanted to be spending my Monday night or Tuesday morning, or frustrating.